Never in my entire life have I felt this in support of the universe, of God. I have never felt this grateful and tapped into Christ consciousness with waves of density and healing. But each time I circle back and come back to that Christ consciousness, it's held for longer, it's held stronger, and the knowings are more clear. There's less fog and doubt and fear. And now I have seen the truth, which I cannot unsee now. So I have to accept that my life is about to shift and change completely. The people that you want to come with you into your future, the people that you see yourself continuing connections with, whether it's friends, career, romance, God's plan is so much more rewarding than what we think we want. Surrendering to God is like saying, yes, I will accept the life that you wanted for me, God. And it's a perfect life, near perfect. But instead we're like, but I want this now, but I want this now. And then we cut off the most beautiful blessing that could be, which is God's plan. I might convince myself that I want this right now. But if I accept this right now for instant gratification, I will push away a stronger, more aligned, more resonant path because I am not being patient. I want. I want it now. But if we release that, and if we surrender, we'll receive it faster than if we keep convincing ourselves not to allow it in. And what I'm explaining is unconditional love for everything around you, for yourself, for your family, for your friends, for past connections. Unconditional love will shift your entire reality. The only thing that truly makes it difficult to allow unconditional love in is having to remember all of the moments in life where you lacked compassion, where you lacked communication. You have to revisit the memories where you could have been loving, but you chose otherwise. You have to remember and heal the wounds from when someone could have been loving with you, but they chose otherwise. And you have to forgive yourself for choosing pathways that were not beneficial for your mental health, for your spiritual health, for your physical health. Self-sabotaging the people you love so much out of your life. You have to heal these wounds to move forward. We are forgiven. We are forgiven for all of our wrongdoings. We are forgiven. We really are. Forgiving ourselves is so hard. Forgiving people that tore our heart out and stomped on it. People who abandoned us when we felt like we needed it the most. Everybody's living their own path. Everybody has their own internal guidance. Everybody has their own internal compass. And sometimes we need to be in isolation to heal the things that cannot be healed in front of all of these people that once knew you. We go away to our cave, to our hideout. We go away and we break down spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and we build ourselves back up, and then we come back out as an integrated self, confident and wise now from all of those actions. Letting go of people and places and things that you think are going to be there forever or for a long period of time. It isn't easy, but once you understand and know that what's coming is going to be better than what's behind you, it becomes a lot easier to surrender and to fall into that trust. God knows what God is doing. Sometimes we are living in the darker realms and we can't feel God's presence. We question if God is even still with us. God is still with you. Your ancestors are still with you. There are very dark and heavy things you're moving through right now, but they're with you. And you will come out of it, and you will feel them, and they will congratulate you once it is over. It is a challenge to trust this thing we called life, to trust ourselves to make the right choices, to trust that we are gravitating towards connections that won't hurt us, that won't trigger us. But if we still have unhealed wounds, if we still have internal work to do, of course we're going to attract people that are going to trigger the shit out of us, excuse my language, until we are fully integrated with our healed self, our holy self, our higher self, our purified self, our Christ consciousness self, the clear vision, okay? Once all that crap gets out of our way of seeing the truth, which has always and will always be unconditional love, compassion, understanding, and kindness. It will always come back to that. Always. We have a healed version of ourselves, and a hard truth is that we cover our inner child with resentment, with bitterness, with fear, with insecurity, with doubt, with envy. We start off so kind and so pure. So I was going to say a huge chunk of our higher self, our highest knowing self, our most evolved self, a huge chunk of that self is our inner child. It is playing again. It is being lighthearted. It is remembering the happy memories and then bringing that into the forefront of your frequency and then creating memories from your inner child. And then you have your wisest self, which is your old person self, okay? And that also exists within you, and you can also tune into that version of you at any time. At any moment in time, we are able to tap into our soul, any version of our soul that we want to tap into. We can tap into the really excited little kid that wants to go do their favorite hobbies and play and run around and go in the forest and look under rocks. Or we can tap into the royal, wise, mature self that exists later down the line. And then you have the present moment where all of this exists at one time. We get to choose what we place our attention on. So, if you feel yourself getting triggered or reactive, fall back into peace, remember which self you want to be performing from, and then choose your reality. And we are all human. There are going to be moments that we could have done better. There are going to be moments where we didn't really like our actions at that moment. The key is to just forgive yourself for choosing that action. Don't shame yourself. Don't guilt yourself. Just say, I'll do better next time. Tomorrow is another day. It is another hour in 1 hour from now. And you can shift your entire frequency, your entire reality in the next hour. If you just let go of the things and thoughts that are blocking you from feeling love and forgiveness and compassion. What is it? What's coming up? What's blocking you from accepting everybody as love, yourself as love? Let those thoughts play out like a reel, and then forgive yourself for all of those negative thought patterns. We just have to unlearn the negative patterns, the negative choices, the escapism, the running away from the truth, the avoidant behavior, avoiding the inner work that needs to be done, but that we put off. And before you know it, 5 years have went by, and you're like, wait a second. I thought I would have kids by now. Wait a second. I thought I would be married by now. I thought I would have a house by now. What have I been doing? You've been living in circles of the mind. You've been repeating actions that are getting you nowhere because of subliminal messages. I would say programming from this matrix that we live in, convincing you that these actions are okay. Drinking all of time, going to these music festivals that many times a year instead of building your estate, your house, your family, your lineage, your family tree. That's not more important. I am not trying to trigger anybody, but the thing is that we will spend time on our friendships, and those friendships are people that are not even in support of your highest path. They are in support of you drinking with them and getting messed up with them, forgetting your weekend with them, and then doing it again. When your actual soul family, when your actual people that really love you are like, hey, come over here. Hey, let's be sober. Hey, let's drink more water. Hey, let's make that money. Hey, what's your plan? Like, where are you going to buy your house? Okay, how much do you need to save? Okay, when can you have that saved by? Do you want to do it together? Family. Okay, we forgot the actual truth about life, which is that family is the most important thing. Love. And we are hanging out, or we're hanging out, whatever it is for you, with people that are here for your downfall and not your rise. Wake up. Ask for clarity in your life. I'm going to leave it here, but this is the inner work that needs to be done. Sitting with yourself, maybe journaling, recording yourself, talking about the things you don't want in your life anymore. Excessive drinking, maybe drug use, recreationally, who knows. Whatever it is, limiting beliefs, believing that you'll never make it out of the town you came from, not saving money, spending habits, whatever it is, realign with a higher reality, because nobody's going to do it for you. They're just going to keep being okay with the version that you are already at, because it keeps them safe too. When you get bigger, when you get brighter, when you get more confident, when you get more charged up in life, your surroundings will change. The people you hang around will change, because you will be aligning with people who are there for you and in support of you, because you're in support of them. So move out of that darker place. Do whatever you got to do, okay? We've all been there. You're not alone. I love you. Get on your throne. Mwah.